Most people focus on the moment expectation setting happens. The kickoff call, the project agreement, the we're aligned handshake, the enthusiastic message, this is going to be great. But the real story doesn't start there. It starts the day after. Today, we're looking at what really happens after expectations are set. When excitement fades, work begins, and assumptions quietly collide with reality. Because in freelance work, in service projects, in remote collaborations, expectations don't fail in the meeting, they fail the day after. Let's start with the moment everyone remembers. The discovery call was smooth. The client clearly described what they wanted. The freelancer confidently explained how they'd deliver it. Deadlines were discussed. Budget was agreed. Scope sounded clear. Everyone felt good. Why? Because clarity feels like control. The client felt relieved. Finally, someone who understands. The freelancer felt confident. This is straightforward. The assumptions in that moment were aligned. Scope is clear. This timeline is realistic. No major surprises. Communication will be easy. And at the time, this decision made sense. It wasn't naive. It was optimistic. And optimism is powerful. But optimism doesn't test reality. Work does. The day after, things still look fine. The contract is signed, the deposit is paid, access is granted. The kickoff email goes out, there's calm, there's reassurance. Maybe even an early win, a logo draft approved, a project board created, a roadmap shared, both sides feel validated. See, this is working. No tension yet, no red flags, but something subtle has already begun. The expectations are now fixed in people's minds, and expectations once set are rarely revisited. This is where the invisible shifts begin. The client sends just one more small request. The freelancer adjusts because it's small. A timeline stretches by 2 days because feedback took longer than expected. The client assumes availability on weekends. The freelancer assumes revisions are limited. No one clarifies. Small compromises begin. Behavior changes. The freelancer works slightly longer hours. The client adds minor additions. Communication becomes less detailed. Assumptions replace confirmations. Nothing dramatic, just tiny shifts. And those shifts compound. A 5% scope increase, a 10% time pressure increase, a 15% emotional investment increase. Now pressure builds silently. The project still looks healthy, but the structure is bending. The consequences don't arrive loudly, they arrive slowly. Suddenly, the freelancer feels underpaid, the client feels the delivery is slower than expected, revisions feel heavier, tone changes in emails. Then one day, this isn't what we agreed on. It feels sudden, but nothing broke overnight. What actually happened? Unspoken expectations evolved, scope drift compounded, timelines were assumed, not managed, energy was stretched, and now both sides feel misunderstood. Not because they were careless, but because they didn't plan for the day after expectation setting. Most people don't ignore problems, they simply don't see them yet. Here's why. 1. Optimism bias. We believe alignment will naturally continue. 2. Overconfidence. We've done this before, it'll be fine. 3. Process blindness. We focus on tasks, not systems. 4. Emotional investment. No one wants to question a project they just celebrated. 5. Organizational inertia. Changing direction feels harder than continuing quietly, so we adjust instead of clarify. We assume instead of confirm. We hope instead of structure, and that's where misalignment grows. Experienced freelancers and service professionals don't judge success by the kickoff call. They judge it by the day after. Here's what they do differently. They ask, what happens when scope expands? What happens when feedback is delayed? What happens if priorities change? What happens when timelines slip? What happens if communication slows? They monitor revision frequency, response time shifts, scope creep patterns, emotional tone changes, workload imbalance. They expect behavior to change after expectations are set, and they build systems for it. Clear revision limits, milestone approvals, change request processes, written scope boundaries, communication rules. They don't assume alignment continues. They engineer it. That's the difference. The lesson isn't don't set expectations. The lesson is plan for the day after. Here's the mindset shift. Don't ask, "Are we aligned today?" Ask, "What could break this alignment tomorrow?" One long-term question every freelancer and client should ask: what system protects this agreement when reality changes? Because reality will change. Timelines shift, ideas evolve, energy fluctuates. The professionals who thrive aren't the ones who avoid change. They're the ones who plan for it. That's how sustainable service relationships are built. Most projects don't fail at the kickoff call. They fail in the days, weeks, and months that follow. Expectation setting isn't the finish line, it's the starting point. If this changed how you think about freelance work, service agreements, or client collaboration, that's the goal. This is the day after. And next week, we'll explore the day after hiring a freelancer. Because hiring isn't the decision, managing the relationship is. If you believe professional services deserve structure, not chaos, like and subscribe. This is MPS, my premium service, where professionals don't just work, they build sustainable systems.